Hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome back everyone who's watched previous videos before. Today we are at the bakery and we are making fluffy English muffins. Let's go. And they're vegan. Freshly baked bread always tastes different and it always lifts a dish. Today I'm going to show you how to make these delicious English muffins. Warm, soft, crunchy on the outside, delicious. Here's the recipe. Okay, here we go. We're going to make this a nice plant-based recipe. So 180 grams of vegan yogurt, followed by 115 milliliters of warm water. Not too hot, otherwise it kill the yeast. 40 grams of vegetable oil. 2.9 grams of dried yeast. We're going to mix that around. That's going to help rehydrate the yeast and start to activate it. We then add 28 grams of caster sugar, which helps feed the yeast, boosting it up, gives it something to eat. Then we add 10 grams of salt. This seasons the bread to give it a nice taste. 560 grams of strong bread flour. Then we're going to give this a nice knead, probably about 5 minutes. Give it a good work in, get your muscles up. Move it around. You want to get that dough till it's nice and smooth. You can do like a sourdough technique where you fold it every half an hour and get it smooth that way, but I like to just beat it to death and then get it smooth. Cover it up, pop it in a warm place. We're going to leave that for an hour. That just helps the gluten kind of release and get it all activated with the yeast. As you can see, the dough is now nice and smooth. It's got a little bounce to it. Muffin dough doesn't rise that much because there's not that much yeast in it. So it's got a little bit of push to it. I'm going to shape it up for a final time, give it a bit of surface tension, and then we're going to pop that into the fridge overnight for a cold proof. Perfect.
Next morning.
Okay, going to take it out of the fridge. Good thing about this, being a cold proof, you can make it the day before, take it out in the morning, and then roll it out like we are now. Doesn't take long, and then you can cook off some fresh muffins for your breakfast. As you can see, it's got cold, it's nice and cold. Flour the table. Pop the dough on there, dust a little bit of flour over the dough. That's going to stop the rolling pin sticking to the dough when you're rolling it out. We're going to roll it out to just under a centimetre thick. Another way of doing this, you can just roll it into a great big long log and then slice off muffin shapes. This reduces the wastage of the muffin, but I'm doing it this way where I'm going to get a cutter. As you can see in a second, I'm going to flour a cutter to the right shape. There we go. And we're going to cut the muffins out to their size. Good push and twist. Release the dough on the inside. You'll see when the muffin comes away from the cutter. Morning workout. And now it's starting to look like a muffin. I'm going to cut the rest of the dough out. There's a tiny bit of wastage, but not too much. Like I said, if you roll it up, you're going to get zero wastage. I might do that next time in another video. There you go, nice muffin shape. Okay, how many do we get out of that? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 muffins out of that recipe. Next, we are going to get a tray and dust some semolina onto that. When you get muffins, you can see the dusted semolina on the outside. So this stops it sticking and gives it a nice crunch on the outside. So we're going to pop carefully our muffins onto the tray. Little gap in between each. Like I say, muffin dough doesn't rise that much, but you want a little gap so it doesn't stick together. Quick jiggle around to get 7 on there. Right, importantly, then we're going to cover it up again and give it another proof. We cover it so the dough doesn't get dry on the outside and ruin the final result. So that kind of keeps the moisture inside as it proves. Keeps the dough nice and soft. Pop that in a warm place again. Probably about half an hour on each side, 25 minutes on each side, depending on how warm your area is. Now you can see they've risen a little bit. We're going to turn those over so both sides are dusted with the semolina, and then we're going to get them onto a hot plancha. Here we go. Mine was a little bit too hot. The first 4 were okay, but the last 2 started to get a bit singed. Happens to the best of us. And there we go, fresh muffins. So that was our plant-based English muffins using plant-based yogurt. Go to Lidl, that's the cheapest version. There's lots of coconut yogurts out there in like the more expensive supermarkets, but Lidl do a nice vegan yogurt, which is about 70, 80p for a pot, which will do you. So that keeps the English muffins plant-based if you're on a plant-based diet. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, click the little bell down there. And we'll see you in the next video. That's Gary's Kitchen out. Take care now. See you next time. Bing.
freshly baked bread